Welcome to Far From the Tree with your hosts, Jamie Dawn and Tatiana Maisel. We are a podcast that you can tune into, pull up a chair, pour your favorite beverage. You can learn, laugh, cry, and who knows what else may fall from this tree. Welcome, everybody. We want to introduce ourselves. I'm Jamie Dawn. My last name is legally Dawn. My first name is Jamie. I'm just clearing that up because I get called Dawn a lot, and that is my last name. So I am a lifetime learner, a small business owner in the industry of coaching, astrology, intuition. I'm an awesome mom of two amazing children who have amazing partners. I am passionate about helping others to become more self-aware, break free from your old patterns that have kept all of us stuck so that we can live our best life. And becoming more self-aware, the more we can lead and just live an open-hearted life. I'm a rebel at heart, and I want to empower and impassion others to live their best life on their own terms, no regrets and no apologies.
I am Tatiana with a Y, mind you, not anything else. I am a resident in counseling. I have my master's degree in clinical mental health counseling. I love travel, food, and love. I will cry at almost anything and anywhere. My passions in the field of counseling include grief, attachment, inner child work, working with adolescents, working with couples, focusing on communication, standing up for yourself, and allowing my clients to feel safe and have a healing space that allows for self-discovery and inner growth.
And even better, we are a mother-daughter duo. So we're here because we want to make sure that you guys are seen, heard, maybe learn something new, have some resources available to you. And how do we get here? Tatiana, how'd you get here?
It's a long story.
Well, I know how you got here because I gave birth to you.
Okay, maybe we should save that one. But, everyone says, oh, it's a long story of how I got here. Yeah, sure. But hopefully throughout the podcast, we can uncover a lot of that. It just felt weird to, I don't know, try and write it out. Like, I don't know. But anyway, the story of my journey, it just feels like writing a memoir. I'm here today because of the people in my life and the lessons that I've learned and my thirst for deeper understanding and growth. And I want to, hang out with my mom an extra hour a week, especially because there's distance between us. So what better way than to gab it up?
Well, I will say that, of course, I got here because I'm madly in love with my kids, and Tatiana happens to be one of my best friends. And we talk every day in some way, whether it's text or phone, and Zoom, FaceTime, whatever. Nowadays, we have technology to support us. And, personally, yeah, I too have a bit of a memoir, if you will. I've made some pretty interesting decisions along the way in my life, and some were conscious and some were unconscious. And especially at a young age, being a young mom, that I really felt like I was just reacting to the way life was instead of really waking up and making conscious decisions for myself. But my experiences helped shape me to where I am today, and experience is the greatest teacher, and I'm always learning. That's one thing that I will say, I never want to stop. And my path is one of service. I love being of service to other humans. I love being of service to myself. I love being of service to the greater good. And I really believe that we're in constant partnership with this thing called the Great Mystery, and you can color it and call it whatever you want. That when we listen really, really deeply to what is being presented and we ask really deep and powerful questions, that wisdom emerges, and that we're able to now kind of dance and integrate with the light and the dark and the shadows and who we really are. Because I think, what we're ultimately trying to do is return to wholeness, because I say return, we're never separate from wholeness, but we've gotten so ingrained in us that there's something missing, or there's something broken, or there's something, that needs fixing, versus a remembrance of who we really are. So
absolutely.
and yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I think this podcast is like an extension of that, finding more of ourselves through our conversations and the topics that, we want to talk about, and exploring deeper issues from different vantage points, different cultures. And, again, the name, as we're trying it out, kind of says it all, right? Far from the tree. Like, you and I are sort of we're on a similar life path, helping others, finding growth for ourselves and for other people. And, we I guess favor each other a little more.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I guess I didn't fall too far from you.
Well, we certainly are a mother-daughter duo.
Mhm.
We want to use this platform as a way to tell our stories and maybe explore some deeper issues. It could be a little controversy at times, a little debating, bantering, that sort of thing, finding creative outlets. We're going to mix it up. We're going to have guests occasionally in these different topics, but one of the things that we want to do is really show people that through our relationship, mine and Tatiana's mother-daughter relationship, that we can grow, we can learn, and we can still stay very connected. And that, we're both on that path of service, but also in the path of healing. And
Mhm.
we want a safe and inviting space for everybody to come and just keep remembering that we're all connected, and that we're on this journey together. I often say that none of us are going to get out of here alone, more or less. And so we might as well lean in and lift each other up.
Right. It's all about who we have around us that supports us and fosters our growth that really matters.
Yeah. And on a deeper level, and this will get into it in another episode, as this is just our intro, but on a deeper level, it really is about integrating everything. So even those who we maybe have cut out of our lives or have played a negative role in our lives, they were there for integration as well, and
Mhm.
part of our growth and awareness. So yeah, and we're gonna have some lighthearted fun. As you can see, we have these fun little backgrounds, and we want to invite everybody to just join in, and we welcome comments and questions. And if there is anything at all that you need from us, then we want to be of service. So Tatiana, why are you qualified to talk about these things that we're going to be talking about?
Well, some things because I've studied them, because I've taken the time to learn them, and others because I have my own experiences and I can talk on my own experience. I have my own personal vantage point that has served me pretty well, and I think it can help others. Um, you raise, it's funny that you raised that question. We were talking, you mentioned earlier about, going into debate and talking about maybe some confrontational or divisive topics or whatever, but that's part of the beauty of the podcast too, is being able to have those conversations and make them open and less taboo to talk about. There are certain topics that it's like, oh, these are not for the dinner table or mixed company, but really anything can be. We just have forgotten how to have a conversation with a person. We've forgotten that it's not about, who's right or who's wrong and which view is better. It's, can you be open to accepting that someone else thinks differently or believes differently than you? And there's nothing harmful with that.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping that we can like pave the way to be able to have more open conversation. And I kind of deviated from what you asked me, but I wanted to throw that in there.
I love it. I love it. And, neither one of us are experts at life, if you will, and what our professions are and that sort of thing. I mean, I obviously have more experience in my role because I'm older, but
Mhm.
by no means would I ever declare myself to be an expert. But I will say that, yes, we're qualified to stand here, to be here, and to talk about the things that we've had experience on, and even talk about and explore the things we haven't had experiences on, just so we can learn more. And this is part of what the podcast is all about, is being able to learn, grow,
Mhm.
discover, share, and connect. So
Right. And
yeah,
the things that we're not experts on, that's where we bring in the guests.
that's right. That's right. So where can people find you?
So my information is on LinkedIn. It's also on Psychology Today under Tatiana Maisel. I am currently with Pathways Family and Community Services under supervision, and I'm really excited about this opportunity. The supervisor is pretty awesome so far. So I'm looking forward to growing from a new perspective and learning from my colleagues and really honing in on my skills. So
Awesome.
that's where I can be found.
Awesome.
Mhm.
And you can find me at jamiedawn.com and the Center for Healing Services.com. Super excited to share this time with everyone, especially to share this time with Tatiana. And we look forward to launching our podcast with you. So thanks for being here.
Thank you.